Hello friend, today I am telling you a story of Ruskin Bond which title is A Face in Dark. It is a horror story. So let's start. Mr. Oliver, an Anglo-Indian teacher, was returning to his school late one night on the outskirts of the hill station of Shimla. From before Kipling time, the school have been run on English public school lines, and the boy, most of them from wealthy Indian families, wore blazers, cap, and ties. Life magazine, in a feature on India, had once called it the Eton of the East. Mr. Oliver had been teaching in the school for several years. The Simla Bazaar, with its cinemas and restaurants, was about 3 miles from the school, and Mr. Oliver was a bachelor, usually strolled into the town in the evening, returning after dark when he would take a shortcut through the pine tree forest. When there was a strong wind, the pine tree made a sad eerie sound that kept most people to the main road. But Mr. Oliver was not a nervous or imaginative man. He carried a torch, and its gleam, the batteries were running down, moved fitfully down the narrow forest path. When it flickered, light fell in the figure of a boy who was sitting alone in a rock. Mr. Oliver stopped. Boys were not supposed to be out after dark. "What are you doing out here, boy?" asked Mr. Oliver sharply, moving closer so that he could recognize the Miss Miss Curtin. But even as he approached the boy, Mr. Oliver sneezed that something was wrong. The boy appeared to be crying. His head hung down. He held his face in his hand, and his body shook convulsively. It was a strange, soundless weep, and Mr. Oliver felt dis- distinctly uneasy. "Well, what's the matter?" he asked, his anger give way to corner. "What are you crying for?" The boy would not answer or look up. His body continued to be racked with silent sobering. "Come on, boy, you shouldn't be out here at this hour. Tell me the trouble. Look up." The boy looked up. He took his hand from his face and looked up at his teacher. The light from Mr. Oliver's torch fell on the boy's face. If you could call it a face. It had no eye, ears, nose, or mouth. It was just a round, smooth head with a school cap on top of it, and that's where the story should end. But for Mr. Oliver, it did not end here. The torch fell from his trembling hand. He turned and scrambled down the path, running blindly through the trees and calling for help. He was still running toward the school building when he saw a lantern swing in the middle of the path. Mr. Oliver stumbled up to the watchman, gasping or breathing. "What is it, Sahib?" asked the watchman. "Has there been an accident?" "Why are you running?" "I saw something horrible. A boy weeping in the forest, and he had no face." "No face, Sahib? No eyes, nose, mouth, nothing," Mr. Oliver said. "Do you mean it was like this, Sahib?" asked the watchman, and raised the lamp to his own face. "The watchman has no eyes, no ear, no feature at all, not even eyebrow, and that's when the wind blew the lamp out. Thank you friends for seeing my video. Please like, subscribe it, and if you want to see it in Hindi, you can subscribe my channel and press the bell icon so that you can get the notification of my new video. Thank you.